Well, hello there, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Gone for a few days. Wonderful vacation time with good friends of ours, as you see from my video yesterday, near the Sacramento area. Holy shit. What the fuck has been going on since I took a few days off? Man, what do they call them? The squad? The fucking broad squad? Hey, you fucking broads. They're like 4 fucking broads. Gee, what the fuck? I call them the 4 whores of the apocalypse. Did you see that fucking press conference they held? Holy shit. Well, what started it all? Well, Trump got on his Twitter and he said those 4 members of Congress can go back to the countries that they came from. Some shit like that. I'm not sure if this is part of his master trolling plan. I find it hard to believe that the president really thought all 4 of them were foreign born. Whatever the fuck. But he said, go back to your country and basically fix up that shit. Sweep around your own back door before you try to sweep around mine. And he mentioned how one of them was from Somalia and how fucked up and corrupt the government is. No shit. Somalia's government fucking sucks. That's why that double agent bitch is here. I guess she wasn't brave enough to change shit there. Uh-oh, maybe not. Maybe it's a predominantly Muslim country and you women aren't allowed to say shit. So she comes here and says a bunch of stupid shit. But Trump was basically saying, if you don't like our country and you don't like the way things are going, get the fuck out of here. He even made a little joke, a little jab at Pelosi, saying, hey, I'm sure Pelosi will arrange free flights for all you bitches to get out of here. Now they got a little internal beef. But that's true, especially an elected official. All the horrible things you say about this country, all the racist things that come out of your disgusting fucking mouths. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. That goes for all of you. All you American hating motherfuckers, get out. The door swings both ways. But they're not going to. They're just talking a big game. It's like a dog that barks behind the fence. You ever seen that video? These 2 dogs are on opposite sides of the fence. I mean, fucking going at it. Like if they get a hold of each other, it's on to the death. Then the gate opens, the 2 dogs are standing there with no barrier, and they just walk away. They don't do shit. That's what these bitches are doing. You're talking a bunch of shit, but you're not gonna go anywhere. You know you don't have the freedom to say this shit anywhere else. So Trump says that about them. So these bitches name themselves the squad. Whatever. Nowadays everything has to have a fucking hashtag name. So these fucking collection of morons get behind a podium and continue to allow stupid shit to fall out of their face. Let me tell you something. The shit was hard to watch. The things I do for my viewers. I watched that whole press conference and it hurt. It physically hurt my eyeballs and my ears to have to endure this bullshit. But I did it. So first, they start off with Ayanna Pressley, the dum-dum from Massachusetts. She also wants to introduce an impeachment, legislation or whatever, for an impeachment process. Shut up. So she gets up there very articulate, very well spoken, enunciating her words. If we improve the conditions of a child in a cage, he's still in a cage. Who are you? That's what she sounded like. We are vigorously against the occupier of the White House. I will not call him the president. Very articulate, very well spoken. I can see how a dummy would be easily mesmerized by her words. What was she saying? Blah, 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 Trump, Russia, he's racist, blah, blah, kids at the border, blah, 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 fucking blah. I'm not sure where she went to school, but like I said, very highly educated, very polished. And then after her, who got on the mic after her? Buck. When I heard that shit last night, you go from this fucking Harvard, Princeton grad, whatever the fuck, to Ilhan Omar, the Somali double agent. Holy shit. Who the fuck wrote that speech? And if she wrote it, who the fuck greenlit her to say it in front of a camera? What the fuck was that? She was like, as Martin Luther King said, Martin? There's no H in Martin. That bitch said Martin Luther King. And then she says, this president said to grab women by the pussy. That was gross. Why'd you have to say that shit on TV? There's a time and place for everything. They should have bleeped that out, or she shouldn't have said it. It was off-putting and it felt weird to hear it in such an official setting. A podium, flags, elected officials, what the fuck? And side note, you dumb bitch, there is audio on this. Look it up. This isn't something you can fucking guess, or maybe he said allegedly. There is audio on this shit. Listen to it. He said, when you're rich and powerful, women will let you grab them. Let you. 2 key words. That's the difference between a crime and not a crime. Man, let me tell you something. I don't know if you've ever been to many concerts or around famous people, but guess what? It's true. When I worked at the radio station, I saw a girl fuck a bouncer to get into the club. She didn't even fuck the star. She fucked a bouncer raw. Bent her over a speaker on the side of the stage. She don't know that motherfucker, but he had power. I've seen artists walk off stage, point to 2 girls in the crowd, and take them on his tour bus. Why? Because he had fame, money, and power. Don't fucking tell me that shit doesn't happen. That's what he meant. That's what he said. It's recorded. Any fucking way. She goes on to say, this president, and hold on, backtrack. He wasn't even president at the time, you fucking idiot. So anyway, then she says, this president, however her stupid fucking accent is, he called black athletes. Athletes? I think it's athletes. He called black athletes sons of bitches. And would you say the same thing if he called a white athlete a son of a bitch? Is that a historical derogatory term against black people or something? I don't give a fuck when he calls some athletes a son of a bitch. That's not that offensive. Get the fuck out of here. Then she says, he called black people who come from black and brown countries shitholes. No, you fucking mouth breather. What he said was, actually, that's alleged. If you want to be honest, if you want to deal in honesty, there's no proof he said that. Somebody who doesn't like him said that he said that. So of course you idiots run with it. But what was said was, what was alleged is that he said their countries are shitholes. He didn't call the people shitholes. You fucking idiot. In America, we don't talk like that. You don't call somebody, hey dude, you're a shithole. That doesn't even make sense. Watching Omar talk was like watching a child do a performance that they're not good at. You just gotta let them go and sit through it. It was hard to watch. These precedent. It was fucking the intellectual drop off from Ayanna Pressley to Ilhan Omar was a fucking nosedive. What the fuck? Did she get to 3rd grade and just say, oh, fuck it, I can't handle this school shit? Who prepped this woman to talk? It was the stupidest, most mispronounced shit I've seen in a long time. Athletes? Martin Luther King? What the fuck? So when this dummy is finished talking, she steps back where Ayanna Pressley is so Loco Cortez can go up there. But when she went back there and stood next to Ayanna Pressley like hugs her and rubs her like, oh, you're so brave. Oh, you poor thing. It was fucking disgusting. So then, Loco Cortez, your motherfucks, her womb is so polluted. Check out my fucking baby, man. This fucking idiot gets up there and she's like, I'm gonna try to keep it short, but you know how it goes when I get on a tangent. My daddy took me to the reflection pool here in DC and he put my toes in the water. Bitch, shut up! Nobody gives a fuck about some sentimental moment you share with your daddy. What the fuck does that have to do with the country we live in now? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China, you fucking dummy? He told me, he looked around and pointed to all the monuments and said, this belongs to all of us. Shut the fuck up. And it was just more of the same. Trump, racist, Russia. Trump, racist, Russia. Fuck. There was nothing new in there. Nothing. It was the same bullshit we've been hearing for fucking 2+ years. So then they close it out with the dumbest dummy of all, fucking Rashida Tlaib. Fuck it, I'm gonna call her Talib Kweli. If you know who that is, you know. So they wrap it out with fucking Talib Kweli, you know, the one who's famous for, we're gonna impeach that motherfucker. Real nice language to say in front of your child, you stupid bitch. So she gets up there with more of the same. I represent the third poorest, blah, blah, blah in the country. Nobody gives a fuck. And this president, and he's this, and he's that, and women of color, and color of color. Why is it, all they said was racism, racism, people of color. That's it. That's all they have. They're floating out there on this tiny raft of racism. And I understand why they cling to it so much, because it's all they have. If someone was coming to you to take your last possession, you're gonna white knuckle that motherfucker so you can hold on to it. That's all they have. They have no policy. They have no fucking ideas. All they have is emotions. All they have is lies. This is white nationalism. Bitch, you should get some nationalism. Give a fuck what color it is. We should all be nationalists. We should be multicolored nationalists. A nationalist is somebody who believes their country is superior to others, who loves their country. Who does not believe that? White nationalists, bitch. You guys need to stop with this racism shit. You're gonna cry wolf too much, and nobody's gonna give a fuck when it's real. White nationalist, bitch. You should be a nationalist. You'd be better at your fucking job. Why don't you bitches get to work? Talib Kweli, if you represent the third poorest district in the country, then get to work. Why are you worrying about some tweets from the fucking president? Roll up your sleeves, take the dick out of your mouth, and get busy. What would Arsenio Hall say when he kicked off the show? Let's get busy. Get to work. You're fucking hemorrhaging jobs in New York, Loco Cortez. You're chasing away employment. Bitch, get to work. Omar, the Somali double agent, your district is #1 in terrorist recruitment in this country. Bitch, get to work. Take off that fucking hijab when you're on the job, put on a hard hat, and get to work. What the fuck is going on here? You motherfuckers are acting like your chores are all done and it's time to kick it. You have work to do. We didn't hire you to fucking play games with the president. We didn't hire you to perpetuate lies. We hired you to continue our ideals and our dreams as Americans. That's what the fuck you got hired for. When are you going to do it? When are you going to get to work? That's where I'm going. That's where all these millions of motherfuckers on the highway are doing right now. That's where we're headed. Where the fuck are you headed? To another press conference? Like, I was waiting for all their vaginas to start glowing. Because they were so together in their sisterhood. That's another thing to Rashida to fucking Talib Kweli. First I want to say hello to my sisters in power. Shut the fuck up. I expected when all four of them stood together that their vaginas would glow in solidarity. Sync vaginas to retarded. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Are you so traumatized by some words the president typed that you had to fucking have a press conference? What happened to toughness? What happened to, man, I don't give a shit. What happened to that? This president is racist. How the fuck has your life changed since he's been president? As far as racial issues, do you have people coming up to you calling you names now? Like, what the fuck is going on here? When did everybody become such fucking pussies? Why would you even care about that? If you were doing your job, you wouldn't have time to say the racist shit that he was accusing you of. And you guys have. Calling somebody a racist when it is unfounded and there's no proof is fucked up. It's not a conversation starter, it's a conversation ender. You can't hurl those words around. Those words are hurtful and damaging. And with no proof, that's fucked up. But they don't give a fuck. You don't need proof in the world that they operate in. You don't need proof. You don't need truth. You just gotta feel it, man. What the fuck, man? I mean, if you want to watch that shit, go right ahead. If you want to get mad and have blood squirt out of your fucking ears, go for it. But it is the silliest, stupidest shit ever. They could have spent time doing something else. They could have spent time helping their constituents. Instead of getting up there and letting this third grade educated fucking dummy talk. Martin Luther King. I've never heard a child say that. Martin. You know what? The president was right. Somalia is a fucked up piece of shit on the earth and it needs to be fixed. Why don't you go back there? Because you can't. Somebody will grab you off stage and honor kill your ass, you fucking dummy. Man, let me get the fuck up out of here and get to work. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.